Hello everyone. I'm happy to be here together with you to present the project that I've been a part of for the last year and a half. I just need to... So yeah, the project is called Digital Tourism in the Nordics, which has an acronym DTN, and the project is founded by the Nordic Council of Ministers. But before we jump into the project itself, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself, so you have a better understanding who's a part of the working group on the project. My name is Filip, and I am head of digital at Visit Greenland. You can connect with me by scanning the code with your camera if you would like to get in touch on either LinkedIn or Instagram. And regarding the projects, project is being created still by 4 countries and 4 representatives from the countries. So we have Faroe Islands, which is being represented by the Visit Faroe Islands. We have the Iceland, which is being represented by Icelandic Tourist Board. And then we have Greenland with Visit Greenland and Finland with Business Finland. And we, at the beginning of the whole project, before the whole project really started, we had to analyze the situation and come up with identification of the real needs. What is the need from the local providers, and how could we help them develop their skills, and how could we help them move forward towards the digital readiness. And because of that, we have conducted a series of different analyses, and we conducted different interviews. And we came up with some different ideas on how we could process with it, because the biggest issue was, and still is for many working as a small or medium-sized operators, the amount of time you have to prioritize the things when it comes to visibility, when it comes to commercial side of your business. And because of that, we focused on 3 different aspects. The first aspect was to create a kind of e-learning, create some inspiration that you can browse through some articles or videos to learn a little bit more about digital marketing, to learn a little bit more about GDPR, how to do it in the easiest possible way, and other things that normally takes time to grasp, but we wanted to convert it in a way that how, by using our platform, you could use as little time as it is needed in order to move forward and progress with it. And while we were identifying these needs, we also came to the conclusion that we would also like to base it in a form of a community of people who can network with each other, the community of people who can find someone who works on a similar thing from one of the other Nordic countries. But we also wanted to put it in a frame of events, both the digital events and the physical events. So our goal with the whole platform is to create a framework for tourism operators that is going to be driven by universities and in a good cooperation with visits organizations, with the national boards, and also other people who can take the ownership for creating the content and for administrating the platform. So that said, I would just like to quickly tell you a little bit more about the 3 different categories. And as our logos is built of 3 elements and the 3 different colors, they are signifying and responding to different categories and areas. So the green one, which we will start with, is the inspirational part. And by identifying the inspiration, which will be based as the article and the videos, we decided to go with some of the main subjects that were mentioned several times during the interviews that were conducted amongst the tourism operators, which are, for example, research and publications, which means how you could use some of the tourism statistic reports in order to develop products that are relevant and modern, for example, and meet the demands from the people. And then we would like to also say tell you a little bit more about the grants and funds, how you could fund your next project, because there are so many funds and grants that tourism operators are not really aware of. So that was another thing. And the sales and marketing is also a very broad subject, which covers, for example, SEO and the visibility and the social media, and basically everything what has to do with the marketing on digital. That said, all the other categories are also really important, and the travel tech will focus greatly on the online travel agencies and which services and how to use it. So basically, to sum it up once again, how by reading and consuming the content on our platform, you can optimize your time and use the things actually that work, instead of using, testing and using your time on trying things that not necessarily are worth using the time on. So the platform will look, and already now looks like that. So under the inspiration, we have some of the latest articles, and then you can filter the rest of the articles, or you can also sort it by the different factors. You'll get a little bit thorough walkthrough on the video in a minute. But the second part is the community part. So if you remember the old school forums where people were connecting and interacting with each other, the community part of our platform will also focus on this dialogue that you can have with people. It is a very, very easy and user-friendly layout where you can ask the question, you can meet the people, and you can also accept people as friends. So it's a very the soft level of networking that might benefit you greatly. And our idea was to get you to become friends like those here, but maybe with a little bit less Botox. So the events was the third part, which was also really important for us, because a lot of people has answered in our interviews that they would like to participate in some of the events that are taking place, and they don't know where to find them and how to even participate in them. And there are so many events that are also being held where people are going, and then they're going to be a little bit disappointing because the amount of time that they use on doing the research and then figure it out what the event was about doesn't always meet the expectation as it was shown. So we wanted to create an event calendar which gathers the events in the Nordic countries, but also other European countries, or actually also worldwide events, that people can participate, and it will be curated by either us or the universities that we are going to work together with on this one. And here is a short walkthrough of the platform. Great. So we are currently in the process of opening the platform for everyone, so you can already go and check it out. In this form, as it is, it's still gathering the content that we would like to provide as the very first step. We are also working on talking with some of the universities and trying to fine-tune the website, but we want to at the same time to make it as transparent as possible so everyone can feel included in the platform and can see how it progresses. So the question is also that we're trying to answer and we're trying to bridge somehow is how are we going to make it work? So we're creating this sustainable solution, putting the framework to work, and letting the academics to be the main power and the main energy behind the whole platform, and is being supervised, of course, with our countries and our organizations. And the very first one that we have contacted that has tourism program is Aalborg University in Denmark, who actually showed the interest, and we are still in the having a dialogue with them. And in our pipeline are also some of the conversations with other universities and also academics from other Nordic countries. But we are still also open for extending the scope, because the knowledge that is going to be gathered here and all the network that can be found here is something that can benefit everyone within the Nordic countries region. So that said, we are also focusing on trying to find the tech partners, such as big IT partners such as Google and maybe other companies such as IBM, who would like to provide some of the content and show the interest in the platform as a CSR on their end. And we are also kickstarted the dialogue with several partners, and we are at this point also trying to build this community which has so many different stakeholders, and for us it's really important that we do it in a sustainable way, so we can put ourselves, the ones who are working on the projects, in the working group that I'm a part of, and then let the platform live its own life. So that said, you are welcome to, if you're aware or if you're creating an event, or you know that you're participating in some kind of event that could come on our websites, or if you're thinking about some kind of opportunities that you see on your end regarding our project, you are welcome to find us under the About page on our website, and then get in touch with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.